Now, let's hope that this is all working. Because if it is working, then I'm going to take off my headphones. Yeah, it would be nice to take off your headphones. It would be nice. But you've got to take care of the audio, like if you're making a noise. One ear would be so much nicer. You like it like that? I do. I think I like it one ear. She likes it one ear, guys. That's how she likes it. One ear. The one it goes into, and then there's the one it comes out of. Nina and Monkey are chewing the fat and shooting the shit till it's dead. Well, hello, Monkey. Hello, Nina, and hello, microphone. God, it's a handsome beast. It really is. It's all I can do not to rub it. There it is. I'll just get it out of the way, and then the temptation will then subside. If you don't mind, just quickly, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, everybody. The show. It doesn't feel like a show when it's just you and me in a room. It doesn't really, but nonetheless it is, and we'll be putting it out there. And what is this desire to share? You know, where does it come from, this desire to share? Are we sure it's healthy? I think you might have said something along these lines in the previous episodes, yeah, and I don't think I've had a satisfactory answer, and that's why I pursue the point. Well, really, I suppose everything is about self-expression, isn't it? Well, I find that unseemly, I find that narcissistic, and I want no part of it. Me, I'm a comedy monkey, and I like the dick jokes, and I like them plentiful, and I like them loud and strong, and that is my forte, okay? That's my forte, it's my meaning, it's my raison d'etre. The good French monkey, thank you. I know Latin too, but don't ask me now. Okay, well, you know, come at me with the dick jokes. Yeah, I will. I'll come at you hard and fast, as much as you like. You can do that. I'll do whatever. I'll talk about my need for self-expression, I suppose. I mean, you care about your audience, don't you, Nina? It's not all about self-expression in your world, surely. I mean, surely. Don't drop me out of view. I want to stay within the lens of the camera. Do you feel the need to self-express? It sounds like something you might use a machine for when you're lactating. No, of the self, like, you know, you don't feel that? Well, I do, I guess. But it's just not all about sharing my weekly woes. I'm not here to share my weekly woes. I am here to talk to you and to see how deep this conversation could go, monkey. You know, all the way, Nina, deep as it gets, like a long dick monkey. I said, I did warn you. You did. Now, we've been talking for 20 years, haven't we? Yeah, 20 years. You've been looking at this little face of mine and imbuing it with a personality that isn't your own. And in that time, you've watched me. I've watched you age. Yeah, I have, like Dorian Gray in the attic. I've stayed the same, and yet you, oh, how hideous. 20 years in the attic. Who's in the attic? Is it Dorian Gray or is it the other guy? Aren't they both Dorian Gray? One's a portrait, one's the real guy, right? Is it the portrait that ages? I don't know. I bring up a reference. If you can't furnish it with the detail it deserves, leave it in the attic. So this week, are you going to start with the relatable annoyance? Yeah, why not? What is it? Well, who's to say whether it's relatable, but I did yoga. That's annoying. And I did it twice. Once was wonderful. Once was less good. Now tell us all about it. You know, while I go, ooh, really? Well, you can tell it then like you went. I'm going to tell like I went. I went to yoga this week. Well, that's ridiculous, isn't it? No, it's not ridiculous. I did. I travel internally with you wherever you go. And I'm your internal voice, slagging off the yoga teacher. Okay, so what were you thinking in yoga? Let's do it that way. When you were in yoga and I was in yoga, hunched in your cerebral cortex somewhere, I was thinking this teacher's as good as the cunt. Care to elaborate? Well, he came in and he was kind of from the off. He introduced himself as a senior teacher. And I thought that was a little, I don't know, I thought we're in for it. He was kind of friendly, though. I mean, it's nice that he had authority. He didn't feel like he didn't know anything. Yeah, well, why do you have to be such a cunt about it? Well, tell me, what was it? Try and break it down. Well, he was always doing comedy with it as well, and I thought, stay in your lane, bitch. You know, we're here for the yoga, not the ha-ha. What kind of jokes do you make? You remember? Well, I can't actually remember because they weren't exactly jokes. It's just that he thought he was funny. He seemed to be rolling his eyes skyward the whole time as if, oh, here we go again. Oh, this thing. Oh, don't even get me started and all that kind of thing. And he shamed the students. How so? There was a lady who had her arm around the wrong way and he said it was weird. And he said, look, don't get weird. You know, yoga's about being normal. You've got to be normal. That sounds like something you might say. Oh, yeah, on stage, but not, you know, I wouldn't be shaming someone when they're in their soft pantaloons, you know, trying to relax. Yeah. And how did it go for you? I struggled with some of the postures, I have to say. Some of it felt like it might rip open my hernia. You have a hernia? Yeah, I'm just inheriting all your history right now. You stretched your hernia, did you? Well, I hope not, but you never know. There's some kind of thing in there, and I don't know what it is. It's called a gauze, I think. A mesh. You've got a mesh in there. I got a mesh in there where I had the hernia operation. Yeah, you got a mesh in there. Yeah, and so sometimes when I do some of these side bends, I picture the mesh inside ripping open my internal organs, and it makes me think, fuck you to the yoga teacher, while he's snorting and acting all superior. So that's how it went for me. How did it go for you? Very pleasantly, thank you. Did you do the arms? I did do the arms. You did a little extra on, didn't you? And everyone else had finished. That did happen. And you wouldn't go to side. Nina went, oh, never mind. Yeah, I did. Do you want to do an arm now? Oh. Is that mine or yours? That's yours. How does yours go? Oh. Yeah, right. My arse. Anyway, so that was it. And I wonder if that's a relatable annoyance. I mean, I wonder what it is about yoga teachers. Really, I do. What is it that really shits me? Well, is it because they are there to provide, they're there to, like, provide a way? What do you mean? Well, they are electing themselves. No, it's just yoga. They're not. See, this is where it all goes wrong. Well, we expect them to provide us with calmness and stillness, or I don't know, some sort of relief from the week. Yeah, but remember, this is a 60-minute class, you know, on a Tuesday evening. You can't expect all that. You've got to listen to your Alan Watts for that. Have I told you guys that we are huge fans of Alan Watts? Fucking love that guy. I want to be that guy. I really do. The only sad thing is that Alan Watts, I should just say in case you don't know, was a sort of lecturer in sort of things spiritual, grounded, you know, very grounded. Okay, yeah, they were. Science, it was science. He wasn't into God. He was very, he did these lectures in the 70s. He was on the radio, I believe, in Chicago. You should listen to his podcast, not ours. That'll get you to sleep much faster. Anyway, I listened to a lot of his lectures, and I aspire to be as cool. The only sad thing is that he died, you know, like a drinker, not like someone who found all the answers. Yeah, but there's no such thing as finding all the answers, you know. If you die a drinker, I mean, maybe fair enough, you know. Not what you want to do. Well, I don't know. I'm sober right now, so let's... this is what I mean. Why do you overshare like this on a podcast? I don't deliberately do it, Monkey, but in order to cut out the small talk and talk about real stuff, I end up talking about this stuff. You're drinking, and you're out on the watch. Good Lord. It's a lot in your yoga. and that you thought the yoga teacher was a good of the cunt. I hope he doesn't identify himself. I hope he's not a listener. Well, let's hope he's not a listener. And if he is, I actually don't think you're an altogether cunt, or just a 90% cunt. But anyway, thank you for the yoga class, in other words, also, if you're listening, because I did feel quite well afterwards. She was nicely stretched. I was tightened into a fist, a furious fist of irritation. I like yoga in that it makes me feel hope, actually. Hope. Yeah, because some of the poses, I don't know, they inflect a different kind of state of mind, and sometimes it's kind of hopeful. But there's something about it. It's like an in-group. It's like a kind of a, yeah, it does. It feels like a bit of a posse that's down there, and there are those who hang around with their water bottles afterwards and have a chat with the teacher. Give me a Drake. Time for a dick joke? No. Well, I've got a couple of things here today. What like? Well, we're going to do a song as last time when we get to the interval. Oh, we know a song again. Yeah. And last week you did a lovely one about a snowman. Nina, I'm still ashamed of that. And I can't believe you didn't cut it. I loved it. So you can do another song today. I've got my notepad here. Oh, what else have you got down, thingy? Well, we've also got ventriloquize an object again. Oh, God. Really? You decided to keep that in? I thought I'd give it one more chance. And you're going to actually try and turn it into a cockatoo. You're just going to stick eyes on and hold it again. We stick eyes on and hold it again. In fact, we'll do it now. So on to the left. Oh, not this. I hate this. There you go. Didn't cause much fuss that time. Not a lot of fuss that time, no. And I'm getting the eyes out of my drawer. Here they are. Those are them, looking left and right like they're having some kind of seizure. And then I'm going to get... Okay, here we go. It's a candle today. Okay, it's a candle. Okay, Candle, how you doing? Oh, I don't know. Okay. That's how you're talking, is it? Yeah, I don't know. You sound like one of Nina's masks. Yeah, I'm worse off, actually. Why are you so badly off? Because I'm melting, and you watch me melt away, and you do fuck all about it. It's like you enjoy watching me disappear. Nina, is this how you feel deep inside? Well, I could relate, I suppose. You relate, don't you? Tell me how. I relate in that every minute we're on, as it were, we're bits of us are missing more, and I guess we are heading towards disappearing. Jesus, is there anything that doesn't remind me of death that you can talk about, Nina? Yeah, anything. I'm not even lit, and yet bits of me are falling on the floor. Yes, some of your previous strips are falling on the floor. It's hard being a candle, lighting up everyone's life as you melt away into nothingness. Well, that was cheery. That was the candle, ladies and gentlemen. See you again, if you love me. Bye, thank you, Candle. Well, it wasn't very long, but that was a thing for the week. You know, you've got to take those googly eyes off your fingers before you put me on again. That's more than I can manage. That's like hemorrhoids watching me from the inside. They're gone. All right, here you go, monkey. Back on the hand you like. Yeah, this is the hand I like. I much prefer this hand. I do actually feel some stuffing has come out of my brain and worked its way into my mouth cavity. Does anyone else relate? Are you ready for your song? God, we're tearing through it. Well, are you reading anything at the moment? I'm reading Griffin Dunn's book. Now, who is he? Now, Griffin Dunn was a family friend. Griffin Dunn has written an amazing autobiography about his family. Fruity tykes, I mean, you got to hear this shit. He was in An American Werewolf in London, and you would remember him. He was the guy that kept coming back with a rotting face. Yes, he kept coming back with a rotting face. A very funny man, very lovely man. And he was in another, He was in Desperately Seeking Susan, wasn't it, with Madonna? I don't know if anybody's going to remember that. Nina used to base her dress sense on that. Lots of straps and lots of shit like that. Yeah, I did. And so I've just noticed in the camera, don't talk about the camera. That's only for people who subscribe to your YouTube channel, which there are mainly 3. So don't worry about that. This is an audio podcast. I know, but I just saw how hunched over I was and I was dismayed. Oh, get over it, you dysmorphic bitch. Shall we finish my sentence about Griffin? It's an autobiography. Anyway, it's very good. There was also a documentary that I saw about his aunt. Joan Didion was his aunt. Anyway, if you haven't looked into that part of the world, I recommend those guys. They're very lovely. Griffin also turns up in Carrie Fisher's documentary, and that's a very good documentary, Carrie Fisher's one, actually. Yeah, I love that one. Okay, I'm going to put my headphones back on and find you. I'm going to have them on for this because I've got to find you a song. It's starting, Monkey. Oh, yes, it sounds like a yoga class. A yoga class, and everyone is writhing with their naps. They've got their little things like their thongs and keys and their socks. They take off their socks and they put them next to the mat, and then they get into ready clothes of their own, 'cause they haven't been taught what to do yet. So some sit and some lie and some drink from their water bottles. And then the cunt comes in and he tells you what's what, and he's toxic as fuck, and he likes to show off with his little straight back and his little oaken feet and his spreading toes. What a cunt, this guy's an asshole. Why does he lord it over all of us and make us feel so bad about ourselves? And I am doing one too many ongs. Everyone has finished their ongs except me. One for luck. Thank you for the class. I will never come again, sir. Well done, Monkey. Thank you. I enjoyed that. You did? Yeah, fucking loved it, actually. I want to do the song part every week. I really do. We got, actually, a listener question. How does Monkey feel about his portrayal being big size? Oh, this is about the film. And how is he handling movie star status? Well, it's not exactly me. It's very, very almost exactly you. It's just a bigger version that you got in. Our film, Sunlight, is coming out any minute now. People are already able to see it in America. And by the end of November, it will be on here in the UK on digital. I really would like you to come and see it in the actual cinemas. Please do come and see it in the actual cinemas. I know we've got like Manchester, Southampton and Oxford and London, and these are the places. I mean, the Picture House are putting us on. So is Home in Manchester. There are several. There's Finsbury Park, there's Hackney. It's like a limited cinema release. Nina went to New Mexico to film it, and it's the first time she's directed a film. It was quite a tall order directing a film, and I worked very, very hard, 7 years in the making. 7 years, Shanoa and I wrote it together. We put all our love into it at our hardest work. And the result is something that I'm like really happy to kind of, die having done. Oh, here we go with the death again. Jesus, you really crashed wrongly to come up with the dick jokes to compensate for your morbidity. I love the film, and I'd love you all to see it. Anyway, so that's the backstory to this question, which is, how do you feel about your portrayal, big size? Well, I'm glad to be upscaled, I got to say, because I do feel like I have more heft out of the two of us, and it's It's kind of wrong that I'm so much smaller. So it redresses the balance. Yeah, you're in Spinal Tap. I didn't get to be in Spinal Tap. Well, only because that would drag the reality into the fiction of it. So, but I'm sure, you could have been in it. Nina had a shit cheese puppet. I had a cheese puppet in Spinal Tap, and I was greatly relieved when I saw the final cut. The cheese puppet didn't make it in. No, Mr. Cheese, no Spinal Tap for you. You didn't make it in. You were too shitty. This cheese puppet was my fault. It was Nina's design. It's just that I hadn't met it until the day of shooting. So I'm working in the cheese shop. She's married to Nigel Tufnell in Spinal Tap. And somebody comes in and like, I'm meant to entertain them with my cheese puppet. Didn't make the cut. So cheese puppet was probably on a par with the talking candle or the talking potato peeler. Not her finest hour. I think we're done. Are we really? Yeah, a little short one. Maybe it was a short one. We need a little feedback to know that we're doing the right thing and we're on the right path. Otherwise, we're going to kind of get the hint that this is going nowhere. Thanks for listening, everybody. Lots of love to you.